My son-in-law straight up barked at me, "Cough up rent money or bounce out of my crib." I dipped out quiet-like, keeping my smirk tucked away. Dude had zero clue. This whole property, already mine, just signed it away for 900 grand. When moving day hit, he panicked, blew up my phone. My answer? Destroyed his entire world, fam. Before we vibe together, smash that subscribe button and drop in the comments what time it is where you're chilling. Alright, stick around. This revenge story hits different. I pushed through the front door, my arms loaded with grocery bags cutting into my palms. The weight felt legit, real substantive, you feel me? I'd grabbed the expensive salmon, that fancy French Chardonnay Alma mentioned like a month back. Fresh asparagus still wet from the farmer's market. Small things, you know? Peace offerings. But yo, the living room stopped me cold. My leather armchair, the one I'd been reading in for literally 30 years, was crammed against the far wall, facing absolutely nothing. The mantel where Sarah's photo used to smile down at everything was now bare, except for Stuart's cheesy motivational poster. Success is a choice. Real inspiring stuff, right? My reading lamp? Unplugged on the floor like it was trash. Stuart's massive desk, now commanding the center of the whole room. His ergonomic chair, his filing cabinets, his territory markers scattered everywhere like he owned the joint, which he didn't. I shifted the bags and headed to the kitchen. Elma glanced up from her laptop, her eyes literally sliding past me like I was a piece of furniture. Not even a hey or what's up, just that quick cold flick of attention before zoning back into her screen. I grabbed everything for tonight, I said, setting the bags down. That organic salmon you actually dig, the French Chardonnay. Real good stuff. You got the wrong butter again, she said flatly. I pulled out the butter, checked the label. I thought this was exactly what you asked for. It's fine, whatever. Her fingers kept typing like she was in the zone. I started unpacking slow, organizing stuff on the counter. The asparagus, the salmon wrapped in legit butcher paper, a fresh lemon for the fish. My hands were trembling just a little, not from weakness, just residual tension from this afternoon's doctor's appointment. Dr. Morrison's words were still echoing in my head. Arrhythmia. We'll need to monitor this closely. But I pushed that aside. Tonight wasn't about my health. Tonight was about family. About creating something warm and real. Stuart walked out from his office, spotted me and let out this heavy sigh. "Yo, we gotta talk," he said. "Of course." I folded up the empty bag. "Let me just finish putting this stuff away real quick. Ray, this is legit important." I turned to face him, reading his vibe. This was rehearsed, practiced. Whatever this conversation was about to be, he'd worked through it already. Should I throw on some coffee? Nah, don't bother. I left the groceries half unpacked and followed him to the dining room. Elma closed her laptop and joined us, her face totally neutral. They'd planned this together. That realization hit me like a stone in my chest. "I'm gonna start dinner in like 20, I said, trying to keep things normal. "Just need like 20 minutes. "After," Stuart said. So I sat. Stuart stayed standing, his posture straight, hands locked behind his back like he was about to address some corporate board meeting. "Ray, this situation ain't sustainable for real," he said. "You're living here rent-free using utilities taking up space. Starting next month, we need $1,500 monthly. Or you gotta find another spot." The fork I'd been fidgeting with went still in my hand. I set it down careful-like, and that little clink against the plate sounded mad loud in the silence. "This is my house," I said quietly. "I literally designed it. I built it." "Actually, we all live here," Stuart said, his voice carrying that patient tone people use when explaining obvious stuff to slow kids. "And we all gotta contribute." I turned to Elma. "Elma, you actually down with this?" Her eyes finally met mine, and what I saw there hurt way more than Stuart's words. Distance, total resolve. "Dad, we got expenses too," she said. "It's only fair." "Fair?" That word tasted bitter as hell. "I'm your father and we're grown. This is straight business." "Business," she repeated. My daughter, the same girl I'd held through nightmares, the one I'd walked down the aisle, was literally reducing me to a business transaction. Stuart leaned forward, palms flat on the table. "So what's your answer?" The dining room pressed in on me. This was the room where we'd celebrated Sarah's last birthday, where Elma told us she was engaged, where I'd sat alone after the funeral, just picking at casseroles the neighbors brought. "I got to think about this," I managed. "You got until end of week," Stuart said, satisfied as hell. $1,500 monthly or start apartment hunting, bruh." The chair scraped against the hardwood as I stood. my hands gripping the table's edge so hard my knuckles went white. Both of them watched me. Stuart with that business-like patience. Elma still unable to hold my gaze for more than a second. I turned away from the table, my shoulders rigid, and walked toward the kitchen where the salmon still sat on the counter, waiting to be cooked for a family dinner that would never actually happen. You think that's bad? Wait till you hear what they were actually planning. I lay in that narrow bed, staring at ceiling cracks I'd memorized over mad, sleepless months. This room, Elma's old childhood bedroom with the window seat where she used to read fairy tales, was now my exile zone. The walls still had the faint outline where her bookshelf had been. Outside, an engine started. I rolled to the window and watched Stuart's Tesla glide down the driveway. Red tail lights disappearing into the pre-dawn darkness. 6:30 a.m. His gym routine faithful as clockwork. Dude would be gone 2 hours easy. I needed those 2 hours. I got dressed in yesterday's clothes and moved through the quiet house. No coffee brewing yet. No lights, just that gray stillness before sunrise. When I reached the master bedroom, my bedroom, the one I'd shared with Sarah for 28 years, I stopped. My hand hovered near the door. I knocked soft. Dad. Elma's voice came muffled and sleepy. What time is it? We gotta talk before Stuart gets back, I said. A long pause. Give me a minute. I waited in the hallway, noticing stuff I'd been too numb to clock before. My medical degree? Gone from the wall. My engineering certifications vanished. In their place, Elma and Stuart's wedding photos, their Maui vacation shots, their life just expanding into every space where mine used to be. The bedroom door opened. Elma stood there in pajamas, arms crossed, eyes puffy. Kitchen, she said. She made coffee while I sat at the table. Her movements were automatic, robotic. Scoop the grounds, pour the water, wait for the drip. Anything to avoid really facing me. Elma, about last night. Dad, please, it's too early for this. When then? When we gonna discuss the fact that it's literally my own house? She turned, the coffee pot totally forgotten. That's not how Stuart meant it. How did he mean it then? Dad, you gotta understand. We got expenses too. This is just fair, you know. I leaned back, studying her face. When exactly had she learned to look at me like that? Like I was some problem that needed solving? Fair, I said. Charging rent to live in my house. You're living in our space, she shot back. We're the ones maintaining it, paying utilities, putting money into upgrades and stuff. Upgrades I literally never asked for. That's not even the point, she said, pouring coffee with sharp, angry movements. We're the ones actually living here, Dad. We're the ones who made it a home again. Again? It was always a home. My home. After Mom passed, yeah, I was just existing. But that wasn't because it wasn't a home. You were just existing here, she continued. We brought life back. Those words hit like a straight slap across the face. I absorbed them silently, watching steam rise from my cup. Real talk, this was cruel. This property got my name on the deed, I said carefully. Legally speaking, yeah, it's all me. But if you ain't happy with how things are going, you could always peep some apartments, you know? Smaller spot. Something more chill, more manageable. She sat across from me, cradling her mug. This house is legit too big for one person anyway. The suggestion just hung there between us, naked and crystal clear. They wanted me gone. Memory pulled me backward like a current. Same kitchen table, 3 years back. Elma sitting exactly where she was sitting now, but absolutely crying then, face red and swollen. Stuart beside her, equally devastated. Dad, we're getting evicted, she'd said, her voice desperate and breaking. The landlord sold the building. We got nowhere to go. Please, just like temporarily, yeah? We'll help you through this. I swear, I'd still been raw from Sarah's funeral, moving through days like walking underwater. Everything hurt. Everything reminded me of loss. Of course, stay as long as you need, I'd told them. Real talk, stay forever if you gotta. Thank you, Elma had said. We're gonna make this right. We'll help with the house, with everything. Temporarily. That word echoed now, hollow and completely false. I looked at my daughter across the table. Same daughter, but totally different somehow, harder. When had that shift happened? When did helping me become owning me? Something in my expression must have shifted because Elma leaned forward. Dad, are you okay? I'm straight, I said. And right then, decision crystallized hard in my mind. You're right. We gotta make this official, for real. Relief flooded her face. So you'll pay the rent? Yeah, for sure. $1,500 monthly, starting like right now. Good, I think this is legit better for everybody. I pulled out my wallet. I'd stopped at an ATM during my sleepless hours the night before and counted out bills, 50s, 20s, 10s, fresh and crisp. I laid them on the counter one at a time. 30 bills total. Elma reached for the money. I didn't move my hand away immediately. For one brief moment, we both touched it. Receipt, I said, her brow furrowed. What? I'm gonna need a receipt for my records, you know? Dad, we're family. Then this should be zero problem. She stared at me, searching for something in my face. Whatever she found made her pull a notepad from the drawer. Her hand shook slightly as she wrote, worth $1,500, rent June. She dated it, signed it, pushed it across the table. I picked up that receipt, folded it careful-like, and slipped it behind my driver's license in my wallet. Evidence, documentation. The first piece of my plan. Elma gathered up the bills, no longer meeting my eyes. I should get ready. Stuart'll be back soon. Of course, I said, standing up and leaving my untouched coffee. Thanks for the receipt. She nodded, confused by my tone, too polite, too controlled. But she accepted it. I walked back to my small room, closed the door, and pulled out that receipt again. Unfolded it. Read her signature. Read the date. Read the words that transformed everything between us into a straight-up transaction. Then I folded it again, precise-like, and filed it away safe. This is where he found the legal loophole that changed everything. The library's law section was quieter than I expected for a Tuesday afternoon. I'd been coming here every single day since paying that first rent, filling my laptop with notes that nobody at home suspected existed. That morning at breakfast, Stuart had barely glanced up from his phone when I mentioned heading out. Library? Maybe a walk? I'd said, keeping my tone straight casual. Don't forget the house rules, he'd replied, scrolling through emails. Back by 7 if you want dinner. I'd nodded, swallowing the response burning in my throat. Elma hadn't even looked up. Now I stood before towering shelves of Oregon legal codes, my late wife's reading glasses in my shirt pocket, a fresh notepad in my hand. Sarah had always said, knowledge is architecture. You build understanding one careful layer at a time. I pulled volumes on property law, real estate transactions, tenant rights, spread them across a corner table, and started methodical documentation. This was familiar territory, the precision of research, finding patterns in complex stuff. As an architect, I'd spent decades translating vision into blueprints. Now I'd translate injustice into concrete action. 2 hours in, I found something called a rent-back agreement. Sellers could straight up stay in their property for 30 to 60 days, post-sale, while new owners waited to take legal possession. My pencil stopped. Mid-note, this was it. A legit legal way to sell the house while maintaining residence, giving me time to transition while protecting the whole transaction from interference. Looking for something specific? I glanced up. A woman stood nearby. Silver hair in a neat bun, warm eyes behind delicate frames, a volunteer badge clipped to her cardigan. Mid-60s, elegant in that understated way that speaks of pure competence rather than effort. Oregon property law, I managed. Sales with like delayed occupancy, our rent-back provisions. That's section 346.7, different section over here. She moved with practiced ease through the stacks, pulling exactly the volume I needed. Legal research gets tricky if you don't know the indexing system. I appreciate it legit, I said. I haven't been here in like years. The library remembers everyone, even if they forget it themselves. She set the book before me, and I noticed her hands steady, capable, unadorned except for a simple watch. I'm Gloria. Volunteer here Tuesdays and Thursdays. Ray, I said. She started to leave, then paused, studying my face with genuine concern. Forgive me for saying, but you seem troubled, honestly. You straight? The unexpected kindness cracked something in my carefully maintained control. Just working through some family complications, you know. Those are often the most difficult, she said gently. Family can love us and hurt us in the same breath for real. That's like exactly right. Her expression held understanding without any pity. Well, whatever you're facing, knowledge is a genuinely good first step. I'll leave you to it. I watched her walk away, then dove into the rent-back statutes. Oregon allowed 60 days maximum. Required written agreement, legally binding. The seller maintained all ownership rights until closing. New owners couldn't take possession early without actual consent. My notes grew detailed. Find real estate attorney. Discreet listing. Buyers accepting rent-back terms. Document literally everything. The library's closing announcement jolted me from concentration. I gathered materials, checked out 2 books using my old library card. Still valid after all these years. Gloria was at the checkout desk stamping due dates. Find what you needed? I think I found a way forward, I said. That's genuinely good. Sometimes we just gotta know our options, you feel me? I hesitated then. Thank you. Really though, something passed between us. Recognition maybe. 2 people carrying weight they hadn't chosen. The attorney's next words would change his entire life trajectory. The drive home felt totally different. Sunset painted the familiar streets in unfamiliar colors. My mind worked through logistics, timelines, contingencies. The architect and me sketching mental plans the whole way. I reached home at 6:45, 15 minutes before Stuart's arbitrary deadline. The living room furniture had been rearranged again. My armchair now faced the wall like I wasn't even supposed to be there. Stuart emerged from the kitchen, arms crossed, blocking my path like some landlord addressing a problematic tenant. "Yo, we gotta go over some new arrangements," he said. My stomach tightened. What kind of arrangements? House rules. Nothing crazy, unreasonable. He counted them off on his fingers like items on a corporate memo. No use of the living room after 8 p.m. We need quiet for work. 24-hour notice before having any guests. No cooking after 7. And keep your bedroom door closed. The house looks neater that way. Each rule was another small theft. Another piece of my autonomy stripped away in my own actual home. Elma appeared behind him. Silent reinforcement. That's when I knew this was strategic. "We're just trying to make this work for everybody, Ray," Stuart continued. "You understand, right?" I looked at him. This dude who'd moved into my house 3 years ago with tears and promises of temporary help, now standing in my living room issuing edicts like some petty tyrant. "I understand perfectly," I said quietly. Something in my tone made Elma's eyes flick up sharp, but she said absolutely nothing. Stuart, satisfied with my apparent compliance, nodded and returned to his office. I walked to my small bedroom, closed the door as required, sat on the bed, and spread my library books across the blanket like battle plans. My expression hardened with resolve. Time to move. David Olson's office sat on the 14th floor of a downtown Portland building, all glass and legit steel. I'd spent 10 days researching attorneys who specialized in real estate transactions, looking for someone who'd understand discretion. Olson's reviews mentioned both major competence and confidentiality. That's exactly what I needed. The elevator climbed steadily, floor numbers illuminating in sequence. My reflection stared back from the polished doors. An older dude in a pressed shirt, carrying a folder that literally held his whole future. This consultation would make everything real. No turning back after this moment. The past week and a half replayed in my head. Stuart's satisfied smirk when I'd followed his new rules. Elma's total indifference. The casual way they discussed my savings at breakfast like it was community property. Each memory crystallized my certainty harder. The doors opened to a professional reception area. "Diplomas in frames, legit. Serious, Mr. Cook," the receptionist smiled. "Mr. Olson is ready." I followed her down a quiet hallway, took a breath and entered. Olson's office was organized chaos. Legal books lining one wall, a large desk with neat stacks of folders. Client chairs positioned for actual conversation, not confrontation. The man himself stood to greet me. Mid-50s, grey at the temples, assessing eyes behind wire-rimmed glasses. "Mr. Cook, please sit." "Your call mentioned a property matter." I sat, placed my folder on his desk. "Beginning was hardest. I need to sell my house without my family knowing until it's completely done," I said. His expression stayed totally neutral. "Tell me the situation. I need full context to advise you properly." So I explained. "My house, I designed it myself 30 years ago. My daughter and son-in-law moved in 3 years back, supposedly temporary, now charging me rent in my own actual home. Implementing random rules, effectively squeezing me out." Olson listened, took notes, asked precise questions. "The property deed is solely in your name?" "Yeah, just me. They have no legal lease agreement, nothing formal, nothing whatsoever. You're paying rent without an actual rental contract." I pulled out the receipt Elma had written. laid it on his desk beside the deed and my original architectural plans for the house. He reviewed each document carefully, his practiced eye catching details I'd worried over. "Mr. Cook, you got every legal right to sell. It's literally your property." He leaned back, steepling his fingers. "Occupants without lease or ownership are legally guests, straight up. They got no claim." Relief and fear mixed in my chest. "We'll need a discreet listing," he continued. "Buyers who accept a rent-back agreement. Oregon allows up to 60 days. You sell, close escrow, but keep occupancy for 2 months. During that time, you find new housing and prepare to bounce. And they won't know nothing until the new owners take legal possession. They'll get an eviction notice 30 days before mandatory move-out?" "Exactly." I absorbed this. "How long does the whole process take?" "With proper buyers, 30 to 60 days for closing. I can connect you with a realtor who handles discreet sales." He consulted his computer. "Portland market is mad strong right now. Your home in the Eastwood area? I'd estimate 880 to 920 grand. After commissions and costs, you'd net approximately 850. Enough to start completely fresh. Buy smaller or rent comfortably, live on your own terms." Olson's gaze sharpened. "I gotta ask though, you certain about this? This will damage family relationships, possibly permanently." "They already damaged everything," I said. "I'm just protecting what's rightfully mine." He nodded slowly. "Then let's move forward for real." But something unexpected was about to happen that would change everything. Walking to my car afterward, I felt weight lift and simultaneously press down heavier. Events were in motion now, totally irreversible. Instead of driving straight home, I stopped at Central Library. Not really planning to, just kinda hoping she'd be there. 3rd floor. Gloria wasn't at the volunteer desk, but sitting at a table with her laptop and books. She looked up, recognized me, smiled with warmth I hadn't seen in my own house for literal years. "Back for more property law?" "Nah, I found what I needed actually," I said. "You researching something?" "Retirement planning, honestly. Figuring out how to make my pension stretch further, you know." We talked. Conversation flowed naturally this time. Two people discovering unexpected compatibility. I mentioned my morning walks in Laurelhurst Park, how the movement helped me think clear. "I genuinely love that park," she said. "The rhododendron garden is mad beautiful right now. A moment of pure possibility, a leap of faith. Maybe if you're there tomorrow morning around 9 near the pond." I paused, considering the risk, then committed. "I could be there too." Small smile exchanged, something beginning. I arrived home later than usual, just after 5 p. Entered quietly, heard voices from the kitchen. Stuart and Elmer, not knowing I'd returned. "The basement renovation would add at least 50,000 to the value," Stuart was saying. "Your dad's savings could cover it." I froze in the hallway, blood running cold. "He literally got that money just sitting there," Elmer replied. "It's straight wasteful. We should talk to him about investing in house improvements. Frame it like it benefits him too, you know?" "What about the garage?" Stuart continued. "We could convert it to a studio apartment, rent it out. Even better income stream on top. This property is legit wasted on someone who don't use it properly," Elmer added. I stood there unseen, absorbing every mercenary word. They weren't just squeezing me out. They were planning to extract every dollar I had first. Every single penny. Every word validated my decision hard. I cleared my throat deliberately. Conversation stopped like I'd flipped a switch. I walked into the kitchen, my face carefully neutral. "I'm heading to my room for a minute." Elmer forced brightness into her voice way too hard. "How was your walk, Dad?" "Enlightening," I said quietly. In my bedroom, door closed as required, I sat on the bed and pulled out David Olson's business card. His direct number was written on the back in his own handwriting. My hand stayed steady as I stared at it. This was really happening. The realtor's text came through at 9 in the morning. Buyers confirmed for 2 p.m. viewing. "You sure about the timing?" I was sure, completely sure. Stuart and Elmer had left for Seattle the night before, some weekend trip I'd actually suggested 2 weeks back. "I too work way too hard," I'd said. "Take a weekend away, my treat for part of the hotel." They'd accepted mad eagerly, never questioning my sudden generosity. Now the house was mine, completely mine, for 36 hours. I walked through the empty, Rooms opening curtains Stuart had ordered kept closed, turning on lights he claimed wasted electricity. In the living room, I moved his desk papers aside and displayed my original architectural sketches on the dining table. The house felt different without their presence. It breathed. My phone buzzed. Sarah Chen, the realtor, 30 minutes out. Family super interested based on photos. I texted back, I'm ready. The doorbell rang at 2, exactly on time. I opened it to find Sarah with a family of 4, Michael and Jennifer Chen, warm handshakes, 2 teenagers trying to look unimpressed but totally failing. "Mr. Cook, thank you for accommodating this showing," Sarah said. "Shall we get started?" I led them through, but Michael kept stopping, examining details most people completely missed. In the living room, he ran his hand along an exposed beam. "This is like custom work, not standard construction. I designed this house actually," I said carefully, allowing legitimate pride to show. "I'm an architect, retired now." His eyes literally lit up. "You designed this? I'm an engineer, man. This joinery, these load calculations, this is exceptional craftsmanship for real." We connected over technical aspects hard. I showed him the blueprints I'd spread out, and he leaned over them with an engineer's hungry eye, understanding exactly what I'd built. Jennifer drifted to the kitchen, testing the flow of space, approving the natural light and garden view. The teenagers disappeared to check the basement and yard. "The craftsmanship is genuinely remarkable," Michael said, tracing structural lines on the blueprint. "You don't see this attention to detail anymore, honestly. I watched this family interact with my house, actually seeing it, appreciating it, and something tightened in my chest. This was supposed to be my legacy, my life's work." After the tour, they huddled in the living room, discussing quietly. Sarah pulled me aside to the kitchen. "They legit love it," she said. "Want to make an offer." I kept my voice neutral. "What they thinking?" "Full asking." 900 grand, quick close, 30 days if possible. My heart hammered, but my face stayed calm. "The rent-back agreement," I explained it. They were totally cool with it. "Renting now anyway, could wait easy." Michael approached before I could respond. "Mr. Cook, this house is genuinely special. My wife and I have been looking for like 8 months. This is the one. It's been my home for 30 years, I said quietly. "We'll take care of it," he said with unmistakable sincerity. I can see this was built with actual love. Jennifer joined us. The kids already picked their rooms. That never happens. We discussed the offer. 900 grand, 30-day close, 60-day rent back. Minimal contingencies. Everything aligned perfectly. Too perfectly to refuse. "I need to think about this," I said. "It's not an easy decision." Sarah, professionally tactful. "Of course, though I should mention, in this market, properties like this don't last long. The Chens can have earnest money ready Monday." Michael extended his hand. "I respect this is your home, but we'd be genuinely honored to be its next family." I paused, letting the moment stretch. "Let me discuss with my attorney. I'll have an answer by Monday." They left, teenagers already planning their rooms. I closed the door, leaned against it, realized my hands were shaking. 2 hours later, my phone rang. "Stuart. Yo, Ray, just checking in. Everything straight there?" "Yeah, it's chill. Been reading mostly." "Funny thing." His voice carried an edge. "Mrs. Patterson next door texted Elma. Said she saw people at the house, a couple with kids." My stomach dropped, but my voice stayed steady. "Oh yeah, that old homie from my architecture firm. Wanted to show his family the house I designed. Gave them the full tour, you know." "You didn't mention having visitors." "Didn't think I needed to," I said carefully. "They were there like an hour." "House rules say 24-hour notice for guests, Ray." They were old colleagues. It was legit spontaneous. Pause, heavy. "Rules are rules," he said. "We'll discuss this when we get back for real." "Actually, Elma and I were talking," he continued, and my blood went cold. "We should formalize things more. Get some paperwork done." "Paperwork?" My stomach dropped further. "Yeah, we put a lot into that house, fam. Improvements, maintenance. We should document our investment, protect our interests." I processed this carefully. Stuart was sensing something, trying to establish ownership claim before whatever happened next. "That sounds reasonable," I said, playing it cool. What kind of documentation? Receipts for the work we done. Maybe talk to a lawyer about equity sharing or something, since we've been maintaining the place. I see. Well, if you want to consult a lawyer, that's your call. Good, we'll set something up next week. Just want everything fair and legal, you know? Absolutely. Fair and legal is important. 8, we heading to dinner. Keep the doors locked up tight. The call ended. I sat in silence, processing Stuart's move. He was trying to establish ownership claim through improvements before something happened. But it was too late. Papers were already in motion with Olsen. I texted my attorney, they suspicious. Son-in-law talking about establishing equity claim through improvements. Olsen responded immediately. Let him try. Won't affect sale. You sole owner per deed. Keep playing along. I texted back. Understood. I looked around the living room, my living room, and began counting days like a prisoner. This was the moment everything became real. No going back. The notary's office was cramped and utilitarian, nothing like David Olsen's polished space, but the documents spread across that small desk were just as powerful. Escrow papers, title transfer, seller's disclosures. Each one I signed moved the house another inch out of my name and into the Chen's hands. The notary, Eleanor Walsh, stamped each page with practiced efficiency. Initial here, sign here, date here. My hand stayed steady despite the emotional weight. This house was my dream, my creation, but signing it away felt necessary. Even right. That's everything, Mrs. Walsh said, collecting the documents. Closing date is August 15th. You'll receive confirmation from escrow and the rent-back agreement already filed. You have occupancy through October 15th, 60 days post-closing. I collected my copies, a folder full of legal separation from my past. Outside, afternoon sunlight hit sharp after the dim office. Gloria sat on a bench, book in her lap. She looked up and smiled with real warmth. Not the performance I'd lived with at home. She stood and we hugged briefly. Natural affection, no awkwardness. How'd it go? She asked. It's completely done. Really done now. She took my arm. Come on, we got apartments to see. Forward, not backward. In her car, she asked, You absolutely sure about this? Selling the house? I put 30 years into that place, I said. But the last 2 years erased what it meant. Sometimes we gotta let go of what we built to build something new. I looked at her, this woman who appeared when I needed hope. Over the past 2 weeks, we'd walked Laurelhurst Park every morning. Coffee at the cafe by the pond. Conversations about our lives. Her divorce 10 years back. My wife's death 3 years ago. Shared loneliness, transforming into companionship. Yesterday, we'd held hands for the first time. I couldn't do this without you, I said. Yes, you could, she said gently. But I'm glad you don't have to. We drove to Selwood, across the river from my current neighborhood. The district charmed immediately. Small shops, tree-lined streets, older homes converted to apartments. Tom, the rental agent, met us at the first property. Too small, too dark, honestly. The second apartment was way better. 2 bedrooms, second floor, overlooking a legit garden. I walked through with my architect's eye, assessing everything critical. Kitchen adequate. Living room with good natural light. Bedrooms decent-sized. Gloria noticed my vibe. You redesigning it in your head already, she said, smiling. I smiled slightly. Habit, honestly. But yeah, I could make this work, no problem. $1,800 a month, Tom said. Available August 1st, Gloria, practical-minded. What about furniture, though? You're leaving with just personal items? I'll gotta buy everything new, I said, but that's actually kinda appealing. Start completely clean, you know? We viewed a third apartment, but the second one kept pulling me back. The Selwood place. Tom noted my interest hard. It's legit popular, he said. If you want it, I need application today, real talk. I'll take it, I said. What you need from me? Application process moved quick as hell. References, deposit, first, last, and security, totaling $5,400. Credit check. I wrote the check from my savings. Not the house sale yet, just my liquid money. August 1st. Gloria checked the date. That's mad soon. 9 days. Time to start packing up, I said. In her car outside the rental office, paperwork complete, I turned to her. Gloria, I gotta tell you something about the house sale. My daughter and son-in-law, they don't know I'm selling. Won't know nothing until the eviction notice hits. She absorbed this without judgment. That's quite a surprise you're planning, honestly. I explained fuller context. The rent demand, the rules feeling completely erased in my own home. She listened without any judgment. Does that make me cruel? I asked. Not telling them? It makes you someone protecting yourself hard, she said. They made their choices. This is yours, completely yours. I keep thinking about Elma as a child, you know? She wasn't always like this. People change though, Gloria said gently. Sometimes the kindest thing is letting them face actual consequences. I looked at her directly. I'm falling for you, Gloria. Is that wrong? In the middle of all this? Life don't pause for perfect timing, she said. I'm falling too. We held hands across the console, real and honest. What happens after August 15th? She asked. After they find out? I disappear into my new apartment, I said. Start completely over with you if you'll actually be part of it. I'm already part of it, Ray, already am. Ray returned home late afternoon. Stuart intercepted him immediately in the hallway, his vibe aggressive. Yo, where you been? Stuart demanded. I needed to handle some things, I said calmly. You gotta start telling us where you go, honestly. We worry about you. I bit back my response, just nodded. Anyway, his expression hardened. Elma and I made a decision for real, he said. Starting this weekend, we need like 24-hour notice before you use the kitchen on Saturdays and Sundays. We're doing meal prep and need the space. The kitchen. In my own actual house, our house, Ray. He continued when he saw my face. We all live here. Compromise is mad important. Elma appeared, stood beside Stuart. Silent backup. It's just weekends, Dad. Be reasonable. I looked at my daughter, saw a slight uncertainty in her eyes, but she wouldn't contradict Stuart. Not then. Fine, whatever you need, I said flatly. Good. Oh, and I set up a consultation with a property lawyer for Wednesday to discuss our equity position, Stuart said, completely missing the irony. I hope that works out for you. It will, I said. We got all our documentation anyway. I walked to my room, closed the door, checked the calendar on my phone. August 15th circled hard in red. 18 days away. I counted down silently, marking time like a clock. August 15th arrived like scheduled demolition. I sat in David Olson's conference room, watching him review the closing documents one final time before sliding them across the mahogany table. Outside the window, downtown Portland stretched toward the river. Inside this room, my house became someone else's property, with each signature I made. This is it, Ray. Olson tapped the settlement statement. Once you sign, the house transfers to the Chens completely. 900 grand minus closing costs and commissions. You'll net approximately 847 grand. I nodded, picked up the pen. The weight felt appropriate for real. Each signature carried 30 years of history. Every room I designed, every fixture I chose, built it with a young wife beside me planning our future. But the last 2 years had straight up poisoned what took decades to create. I signed methodically. Seller's deed, settlement statement, transfer documents. The title company representative appeared on the video screen. All documents executed. Wiring instructions confirmed. Funds will transfer within the hour. And the occupancy agreement? Olson asked. Filed and recorded, the rep said. Mr. Cook has occupancy through October 15th with early termination clause if he vacates sooner. I'll be out by the 25th, I said quietly. 10 days from now, Olson made a note. After the title rep disconnected, he leaned forward hard. You absolutely certain about the timeline? You want the eviction notice served the day after you leave? August 26th gives them exactly 30 days. September 25th move-out date. That's the plan, I said. Oregon law requires minimum 30 days for eviction without cause, Olson said carefully. This is completely by the book. How will it actually go down? The Chen's attorney will send a certified letter, legally served when received. Letter states property sold. New owners taking possession. Current occupants must vacate by specified date. And if they refuse, the Chens file for eviction with the county. Sheriff serves papers. They'll leave guaranteed. Olson studied my face hard. Ray, you ready for the actual fallout? Your daughter will be absolutely devastated. My daughter devastated me for 2 whole years, I said quietly. She made her choices. This is mine. He accepted this, handed me my closing document copies. My phone buzzed. Bank notification. 847 grand deposited. 30 years of work converted to numbers now funding my escape. It's done, I said. I'm completely free now. This is where he made his final move. The point of no return. I returned home early afternoon. Stuart's door was closed, video call in progress. Elma sat at the kitchen table with her laptop, barely glancing up as I passed through like a ghost. I moved to my small bedroom and began systematic removal. I'd been doing this in small amounts they hadn't noticed. Today I accelerated everything. Clothes into suitcase, books into boxes, the framed photo of Sarah, the one they'd removed from the mantel, carefully wrapped. My architectural drafting tools from the closet, personal documents from the drawer. Each item was a memory, a piece of myself they'd tried to erase. I carried 2 boxes to my car. The trunk was already half full from previous trips. Returned for more. Elma glanced up as I passed through. Moving stuff around, Dad. Just organizing, decluttering, I said calmly. Good, less clutter is actually better. She returned to her screen, dismissive as hell. I made 3 more trips while Stuart remained occupied with his call. By late afternoon, most of my essential belongings were packed tight. Stuart emerged from his office around 6 p.m., noticed my bedroom door hanging open. Saw the room looking sparse and emptied. "Ray, what's actually going on?" he asked, suspicious immediately. I kept my voice carefully neutral. "Organizing, getting rid of things I don't genuinely need." He walked into the room, scanned the empty shelves, the half-empty closet. "You getting rid of mad stuff? Why?" "I'm 64, Stuart. Don't need much anymore." His eyes narrowed hard. "You're not planning something, are you?" "Like what exactly?" "Like what?" I repeated calmly. "I don't know, man. You've been acting weird lately. Distant, honestly. I'm following your rules, remember? Staying completely out of the way. Isn't that exactly what you wanted?" He couldn't articulate his concern, but something definitely felt off to him. "Where you going during the day?" "You gone mad often?" "Walks, library, coffee shops," I said. "I got my own life still. Just seems sus to me," he said. "You the one who wanted me paying rent and following rules." "I'm doing exactly that." He couldn't argue, but his unease remained heavy in the air. Later that evening, dinner time approached. I cooked in the kitchen before the 7 p.m. deadline. Elma came in, saw me preparing a simple meal for myself. "You've been so listless lately, honestly. You feeling okay?" "I'm straight," I said. "You just seem different, you know? Less present somehow." I looked at my daughter, saw a stranger staring back. "Maybe I'm just tired, Elma." "Well, try to perk up," she said. "Your mood affects the whole house energy. I'll work on that," I said flatly. She left unsatisfied, but not enough to pursue it further. I finished cooking, ate alone in my room per the rules, sat on the bed afterward, looked around at the nearly empty space. 10 more days. I pulled out my phone, texted Gloria, closing complete. "I'm officially free now. 10 more days till I'm completely gone from this place." She responded immediately, closing complete. "I'm officially free now. My door's open whenever you're ready. I'm proud of you, Ray." I allowed myself a small smile. Tomorrow I'd take more. Day by day, piece by piece, I was disappearing from this house. I looked at the calendar on my phone. August 25th circled hard in red. The countdown was real. August 25th arrived with clear skies and cool morning air. I woke before dawn in my nearly empty bedroom, the sparse space echoing what I'd become in this house. A ghost who'd already left. Stuart and Elma slept soundly in the master bedroom, my former bedroom, completely unaware this was the last morning they'd wake believing the house was theirs. I dressed quietly in the dim pre-dawn light. My last boxes sat stacked by the door, car keys heavy in my pocket. I pulled the envelope from my jacket, the note I'd written 3 days back. Opened it, read one final time. "Elma and Stuart, I fulfilled your requirement. You told me to pay rent or find another place. I found another place. Consider this my move-out notice. Think about your actions and how you treated me in my own home." Dad brief, no explanation of the sale, no emotion, just facts. I folded the note back, wrote their names on the envelope's face with precision. One final look around the room. This was Elma's childhood bedroom once, then my exile, now my past. I picked up the first box, carried it quietly to the front door. The house was silent except for Stuart snoring from the master bedroom. Made multiple trips, loading final boxes into my car trunk and back seat. My entire life now portable and ready, I returned inside for a final sweep. Walked through the house in dim morning light. Living room. Stuart's desk dominated where my reading chair used to sit. Kitchen, where they'd charge me rent to cook in my own space. Dining room, where Stuart had delivered his ultimatum. Master bedroom door closed. Them sleeping in the room that was mine and Sarah's. Each space held memories, some genuinely good from 30 years back, recent ones straight up poisoned. This was my dream house, my architectural achievement. But they'd made it a prison. I returned to the kitchen, placed the envelope prominently on the center of the table where they'd see it immediately. Next to it, I set my house keys. Front door, back door, garage. Keys I'd held for literally 30 years. Releasing them felt both heavy and light simultaneously. 15 a.m., plenty of time before they woke. I took one deep breath, opened the front door, stepped out, closed it quietly behind me. Didn't lock it, not my house anymore in my mind. Walked to my car, didn't look back, started the engine, pulled out of the driveway, watched the house recede in my rearview mirror as sunrise began breaking. Drove toward Gloria's neighborhood without hesitation, 30 a.m. Elma woke first, stretched comfortable-like, walked to the kitchen in pajamas to start coffee. Saw the envelope on the table, odd placement. Picked it up, saw their names, opened it, read the note once, then twice. Didn't comprehend what she was reading. Stuart, Stuart! Her voice went high and panicked. Stuart stumbled out groggy. What? What's wrong? She handed him the note, speechless completely. He read it, confused hard. What does this mean? Find another place. I don't know what this even means. Is this like a joke? Stuart walked to Ray's bedroom. Door open, room empty. Closet totally empty. Shelves completely bare. Nothing personal remained. Every piece of his stuff gone, his stuff, Stuart said quietly. It's all gone. Elma joined him, stared at the barren space like she couldn't process it. Where'd all his stuff go? This don't make no sense. When did he move it? He was doing that organizing thing, Stuart said slowly. That must have been. He was literally packing right under our noses the whole time. First reaction was pure offense. How dare he just bounce without discussing it? This is mad childish. Leaving a note like we roommates, not actual family. Stuart's face hardened fast. Good riddance, honestly. Now we got the whole house to ourselves. Elma tried convincing herself. Right, exactly. It's actually better now. More space for us. We should celebrate. He finally did something right, left on his own. But something in their chests felt wrong. Next morning, August 26th, Stuart retrieved the mail. Bills, junk, and a large certified letter. Sender, Patterson and Associates, attorneys at law on behalf of the Chen family. What's this? He said, opening it slowly. His face drained of all color as he began reading. His voice shook hard. Notice of eviction? No, this says the house was sold. The whole property was sold. Elma grabbed the letter, read aloud with trembling voice. Notification of property sale and termination of occupancy rights. The property located at this address was sold by the legal owner, Ray Cook, to Michael and Jennifer Chen on August 15, 2025. As you are not legal tenants or owners, you are required to vacate the premises by September 25, 2025. Failure to vacate will result in formal eviction proceedings. Stunned silence. Heavy. Crushing. This is impossible, Elma whispered. He can't sell the house. It's in his name. He designed it, Stuart finished, his voice flat. Legally, he could. But we live here. We got rights, right, do we? Stuart's voice cracked. We never signed a lease. We just moved in. Stuart grabbed his phone, called the law firm number with shaking hands. Receptionist confirmed everything. Property sold. August 15th. All documentation legal and filed. He demanded to speak to an attorney, put on hold, eventually connected. The attorney confirmed it all coldly. Ray Cook, sole owner, sold property legally. New owners taking possession. Current occupants must vacate in 30 days. We invested in this house, Stuart said desperately. Improvements, maintenance. Without ownership or lease agreement, you have zero claim, the attorney said flatly. I suggest you begin looking for alternative housing immediately. Stuart ended the call. Face completely white. What happened next would tear them apart. This can't be happening, Stuart paced frantically, disbelief turning straight to fury. He planned this the whole time. When? How long? That's why he was acting weird, Elma realized, her voice going small. The organizing, the empty room, he sold the house, Stuart said, rage building. His own actual house. Our house, Elma whispered. We've been here 2 years. No, Stuart corrected harshly. His house. We were guests, real talk. Guests who paid for renovations, who maintained everything. We charged him rent, Elmer said slowly, understanding crashing down. We charged him rent in his own house. That's not the point. That's exactly the point, Elmer said, tears streaming. That's why he did this. We treated him like a burden, like an ATM machine. Elmer tried calling Ray straight to voicemail. Tried again. Same result. He blocked us. I'm calling a lawyer, Stuart said. We'll fight this somehow. Elmer's voice was quiet, broken. With what money? We can't afford an attorney. Can't afford quick alternate housing. We got zero legal standing. She sat at the kitchen table with the eviction notice in her trembling hands. Stuart called property lawyers who all said the same thing. No case. Must vacate. No legal standing whatsoever. She stared at Ray's note on the table, reading it over and over. Think about your actions and how you treated me in my own home. She finally, truly understood what they'd done. 3 days later, something unexpected happened that changed everything. 3 days after finding the eviction notice, Stuart was still calling every property attorney in Portland. I knew this because Gloria showed me the voicemails he'd left on my old phone, the one I'd stopped using the day I left. His voice progressed from angry demands for explanation to bargaining offers of negotiation to barely concealed panic. I sat in Gloria's living room, afternoon light streaming through windows, my old phone buzzing on the coffee table again. Gloria glanced up from her book. How many times is that? 17 since yesterday. 14 from Stuart. 3 from Elmer. You gonna answer eventually? She asked gently. Let them sit with it first, I said. Let them really feel what they did. The phone buzzed again. 18th call. Stuart again. I picked it up this time, took a deep breath, answered. Yes, Stuart, explosion of sound. His voice high, panicked, absolutely furious. What did you do? You sold the house. How could you do this? My voice stayed neutral and controlled. I exercised my legal right as the property owner. You can't just sell someone's actual home, he yelled. It was my home, Stuart, mine. You were guests who overstayed your welcome completely. We got rights. We'd been there 2 years. We invested money. You got zero rights, I said calmly. No lease, no ownership, no claim whatsoever. I checked with my attorney. Your attorney? His voice cracked. You planned this the whole time. When? How long have you been planning this? Does it matter? I said. It's done. House sold August 15th. You got proper legal notice. Rage and desperation mixed in his tone. We'll sue you. We'll prove you not mentally competent. You don't understand what you did. Ice entered my voice completely. I passed a cognitive assessment, administered by a licensed physician. My attorney required it. I got documentation of complete mental competency. You got absolutely nothing. This is insane, he screamed. You can't do this to your own daughter. My daughter did this to herself, I said quietly. You both did. You charged me rent in my own house, Stuart. You made rules about when I could cook, when I could use rooms I literally designed. You treated me like an inconvenience you could extract money from. That was just, we needed help with expenses. You needed to control me, I interrupted. Now you got 30 days to find somewhere else. Use them wisely, his voice broke completely. Ray, please, we got nowhere to go. No money for deposits. You destroying us. No, Stuart, I said, my tone final. I'm protecting myself. There's a difference, he screamed something incoherent. The line went dead. I set the phone down. Gloria came over, sat beside me, took my hand tight. 30 minutes passed. The phone rang again. Elma. I considered not answering, but this was my daughter. I took a breath and picked up. Daddy. She was crying, her voice broken. Daddy, please. This gotta be a mistake, a misunderstanding. My heart clenched at Daddy. She hadn't called me that in years, in actual years. It's not a mistake, I said carefully. I sold the house legally and deliberately. But why? She sobbed. Why didn't you tell us? We could have talked about it. When, Elma? I asked quietly. Between Stuart demanding rent, or you telling me to declutter so the house looked better? When exactly would we have had this conversation? We didn't mean... Yes, you did, I said. You meant every single rule, every demand, every dismissive comment. Every bit of it. Dad, I'm sorry. We're sorry. We'll change, she said desperately. Just like cancel the sale or something. You can cancel it, right? The sale closed 10 days ago, Elma. The money's in my account. It's completely over. Desperation rose in her voice. Where will we even go? We don't got money for first and last and deposit on a new place. Rentals in Portland are so mad expensive. You got a month to figure it out, I said. That's more time than you would have given me if I couldn't pay your rent. That's completely different, she cried. You're our father. Exactly, I said quietly. I'm your father, and you treated me like an ATM machine and an unwanted tenant in my own actual home. Sobbing now, barely coherent. Please, Daddy, please, we'll do anything. Just please, my voice came tired. There's nothing you can do, Elma. Learn from this. Treat people with respect, especially people who actually love you. I ended the call, set the phone down. Gloria squeezed my hand tight, no judgment. That was harder than I expected, I admitted. Because you still love her, Gloria said gently. Yeah, but I can't save her from herself. Over the following days, I learned through mutual acquaintances about their increasingly desperate search. 5 different attorneys, same answer from every single one. No case, sale was completely legal, must vacate or face the sheriff personally. Stewart tried claiming verbal lease agreement. Attorney told him verbal agreements meant absolutely nothing without proof and didn't apply to family arrangements anyway. They searched rental listings frantically, 3-bedroom houses in decent areas, $3,500 to $4,000 monthly. 2-bedroom apartments in good neighborhoods, $2,800 to $3,200. 1-bedroom apartments in their preferred areas, $2,000 to $2,400 monthly. But too small for all their belongings and furniture. Reality crashed down hard. They needed to downsize drastically. Sell stuff. Start completely over with basically nothing. Stewart blamed Elma. Your father did this because you didn't stand up to him about the rules. Elma blamed Stewart. You were the one who demanded rent. I told you it might backfire completely. Their relationship fractured under the stress hard. Arguments escalated daily. Stewart stopped looking for jobs entirely. Depressed and angry, barely leaving bed, Elma cried constantly, lost and completely overwhelmed, trying to manage everything alone. Several days after the phone calls, Gloria asked me directly, "You regret it?" Selling the house, I thought carefully. I regret that it came to this, honestly. But no, I don't regret protecting myself completely. That was necessary. What if Elma reaches out again? She asked. What if she genuinely changes? If she genuinely changes, learns respect, rebuilds herself from the ground up, maybe someday we can have a relationship, I said. But she gotta do that work herself. I can't do it for her, no matter what. I looked around Gloria's cozy living room. Plants everywhere. Books stacked on shelves. Music playing softly. Warmth. I spent 2 years shrinking myself to fit their vision of what I should be, I said quietly. Now I'm expanding again. You're different than when we met at the library, Gloria observed. Lighter somehow. I was carrying their contempt, I said. Now I'm only carrying my own life. That's a whole different weight. We kissed briefly. Comfortable and genuinely real. The phone rang. Unfamiliar number. I checked it. Didn't recognize the caller. Let it go to voicemail. Think it's them? Gloria asked. Probably using someone else's phone, I said. I'm not answering. I turned the phone completely off, set it aside. We began cooking dinner together. Laughter from the kitchen. My old life fading away. New one taking real root. The last week of August felt surreal in its ordinariness. I'd moved into my Selwood apartment August 1st, and by month's end, Gloria and I had established solid routines. Morning coffee on the balcony. Evening walks by the river. Her teaching me basic piano. Reading together quietly. Meanwhile, across town, Stewart and Elma were packing their lives into cardboard boxes, confronting the harsh reality of a cheaper apartment in a neighborhood they'd once straight up avoided. I didn't visit the house. Didn't drive by? That chapter was completely closed, sealed tight. My apartment suited me perfectly. Modest 2-bedroom, all mine. A small office where I'd started taking freelance architectural consultations. Work I loved returning to naturally. The space was honest. Clean lines, chosen furniture. My original sketches framed proudly on walls. Gloria helped me arrange books on new shelves. Music playing softly in the background. I assembled the last bookcase, working with tools that felt right in my hands again. This place suits you, she said, watching me work. It's honest, I agreed. No rules about when I can cook. No quiet hours. Just mine. Ours, maybe, she said gently. I'm here often enough. I smiled real wide. Ours? Yeah, I like the sound of that. My phone rang. Unfamiliar number again. They were still trying different phones each time. You don't gotta answer, Gloria said. I know and I won't, I said firmly. Across town, Elma sat surrounded by half-packed boxes. Stuart cursed in another room about furniture that wouldn't fit their new cramped apartment. She held a photo she'd found while packing. Her as a child with me, my young face proud and loving. She'd been crying for days straight, truly seeing what they'd done. The memories played through her mind. Me bringing expensive groceries, her criticizing the butter brand, me following absurd kitchen rules, eating alone in my room per their demands, them charging me rent in my own house, her father for simply living in my own actual space. That morning, finding my note, dismissing it as childish when Stuart manipulated her perspective, she needed to see me. To apologize face to face, not for forgiveness because that wasn't realistic, but because it was right. She texted a mutual friend, I need Dad's address, please. I know I don't deserve it, but I need to see him. Really see him. An hour later, address in hand with a warning. He seems happy, Elma. Don't ruin that for him. She just nodded. She wouldn't ruin anything. She just needed to try. Next day, late afternoon, my doorbell rang. Gloria and I were having tea. Peaceful moment interrupted. I checked the door camera. New habit now. Elma stood there looking diminished somehow. My chest tightened immediately. It's Elma, I said quietly. You want me to stay or go? Gloria asked. Stay, please. I opened the door slowly. Elma looked older, honestly. Eyes red and puffy, humbled completely. Dad, can we talk? She asked softly after a pause. Come in. She entered, saw Gloria, recognized she was important to me. Understood the moment completely. I'm sorry, Elma said immediately. I didn't know you had company. This is Gloria, I said. Gloria, my daughter Elma. Gloria offered her hand. Elma shook it, saw kindness in Gloria's eyes, the kindness they denied me. We sat in the living room. Awkward silence hung heavy. Elma struggled to start. Dad, She stopped. Your apartment looks really nice, honestly. Thank you, tears starting. I came to apologize. Really apologize. Not to ask for anything. Just to say I'm genuinely sorry. I listened. Face neutral but not cold. I've been thinking about everything we did, how we treated you, she continued, her voice breaking. The rent, the rules, taking over your house like it was ours to begin with, making you feel unwelcome in your own home. I stayed silent, letting her speak. I was so caught up in Stuart's anger about his job, his need to control something, anything really. And I let him, she said. I participated in all of it. I watched you become smaller and smaller, and I told myself you were just being difficult. But you weren't. You weren't at all, she cried fully now. You're my father, she continued. You raised me completely alone after Mom died. You gave me literally everything, and I repaid you by treating you like you were in my way, like you were inconvenient. My voice came quiet. Yes, you did. I know sorry isn't enough, she said. I know I destroyed something between us, something real and important. But I need you to know I see it now. I truly see what we did. I took a breath. Gloria's presence steadied me hard. Elma, I love you, I said carefully. You're my daughter, and that doesn't ever change no matter what. But love doesn't mean accepting mistreatment. It can't. She nodded, wiping tears with her sleeve. For 2 years, you and Stuart erased me from my own actual life. You removed my photos, my chair, my space completely. You charged me rent like I was a burden, a problem. You made rules about when I could cook in the kitchen. I literally designed. Making rules about my own house. I know, she whispered. I know all of it. What hurt most wasn't the rent money, I said. It was the contempt. The way you looked through me, not at me. Like I was furniture that didn't fit your aesthetic or whatever. Like I was something to work around. I'm so sorry, Dad, so genuinely sorry. I needed to protect myself, I said quietly. To remember I had value. That's why I sold the house. I needed to remember I mattered. She looked at me. Really looked, for maybe the first time in years. You look happy. Happier than I've seen you in actual years, I glanced at Gloria. I am happy. I'm building a life that respects who I actually am. You don't deserve my forgiveness, Elma said quietly. But maybe someday if I do the work, if I change how I treat people completely, maybe we could. Maybe someday, I said. If you truly change, If you learn to respect others, especially people who actually love you, if you build a life that doesn't require diminishing someone else. That's not love, Elma, that's control. She stood to leave. At the threshold, she turned back. Thank you for seeing me, Dad, for actually listening. I looked at my daughter, broken but maybe, just maybe, beginning to heal. I love you, Elma, but I need distance right now. Focus on yourself. Become someone you respect. She left quietly, tears still flowing. 1 week later, September 25th arrived. The Chen family moved into the house officially. I didn't drive by, didn't watch it happen, but I imagined it all the same. Michael and Jennifer excited, teenagers choosing their rooms, a family genuinely appreciating the architecture I designed decades back. That evening on my balcony with Gloria, sunset coloring the sky in oranges and purples. Today was the day the Chens moved in, Gloria said gently. How are you feeling about it? She asked, I thought carefully. Sad for what that house was, relieved for what it stopped being, hopeful for what it'll become again, and grateful for us. How you feel about us? Gloria asked, squeezing my hand. Like I'm genuinely living instead of just existing, I said honestly. Like I finally got my life back. We sat in comfortable silence as the sun dipped lower. A week later, early October, we walked into a music store downtown. I surprised Gloria completely. You mentioned your old piano was sold in the divorce. Time you had one again, she protested immediately. Too expensive, Ray. I sold a house, remember? I said with a smile. I can definitely afford this. The salesman helped us choose an upright piano with beautiful tone. Gloria played a few notes, her face lighting up completely. I watched her. This is what money should do, I thought. Create joy, not control people or extract favors. We arranged delivery to her house, walked out holding hands tight. I'd lost a house and a functional relationship with my daughter. But I'd gained myself back and found someone who saw me as I actually am, not as a resource to exploit or a problem to manage. Gloria's laugh. My smile. Sunset light streaming through windows. Piano music imagined in the future. Life continuing forward, genuinely forward. And that's how one man took his life back. If you vibed with this story, smash that like button hard. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next one. Drop your thoughts about this wild situation in the comments below. Did he do the right thing? Was he justified? To listen to the next story, click the box on the left. Thank you for watching, fam. Really appreciate you sticking around till the end. This one hits different, and I hope it made you think about how we treat the people who love us. Peace out, and I'll catch you in the next one.